All right, let's dive into something you've probably thought about a lot. Those little thinking habits you have, the ones you might secretly label as weird or even a flaw. But what if I told you they aren't flaws at all? What if they're actually the signature of a seriously high-performing brain?
Seriously, do you ever feel like you just think too much? You know that feeling where your brain just refuses to switch off? It can be absolutely exhausting. I get it. But here's the thing. What if we've been looking at this whole experience completely wrong?
Okay, does any of this sound familiar? We call this the overthinking trap, right? It's that endless loop of second-guessing a decision you just made, or analyzing every single possible outcome of something that hasn't even happened yet. Oh, and my favorite, replaying that one awkward thing you said in a conversation, just over and over and over again. It feels totally unproductive, doesn't it? Like you're just spinning your wheels. But hold on a second. Here's a thought. What if all of that isn't a flaw? What if that intense mental workout isn't a bug in your system, but a feature? There's actually a scientific term for this, and it's called cognitive flexibility. And here's the kicker. It's not about being stuck. It's the complete opposite. It's your brain's amazing ability to pivot, to adapt its whole way of thinking when new info comes along. This right here is the hallmark of a truly agile and high-performing mind. So this is how we can completely reframe this experience. Look at this. On one side, you've got the myth, overthinking, that feeling of being rigid, anxious, and like there's something wrong with you. But then you look at the reality through the lens of cognitive flexibility. Suddenly, you're not rigid, you're adaptable and agile. You're not just anxious, you're curious and strategic. See the shift? It's not some weakness you have to fix. It's a strength you just need to learn how to harness. Okay, let's break this down. Let's start with habit number 1, questioning everything. Now, I know what you're thinking. People might look at this and call you indecisive or say you can't make up your mind. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. What's really going on is so much deeper. See, the thing is, this constant questioning doesn't come from a place of uncertainty or a lack of confidence. Not at all. It's this deep, genuine drive to look past the obvious, to challenge the status quo, and to dig for those breakthrough ideas that, let's be real, most people just miss. And it's a very active process, right? First, you challenge the basic premise. Like, are we even asking the right question here? Then, you start exploring all these different alternatives, looking at the problem from every angle you can think of. And in doing that, you naturally start to uncover the hidden flaws in the conventional wisdom. And what's the end result? You land on a way better, much more solid solution.
All right, on to habit number 2, which builds right on top of the first one, thinking in long-term consequences. This is all about moving beyond the immediate right now and seeing the whole chessboard, thinking 3, 4, even 5 moves ahead.
So much of our world is designed to push us towards instant gratification, the quick fix, the immediate reward. But a high-performing, cognitively flexible brain, it's wired differently. It resists that pull. It's built for something way more powerful, strategic foresight. It's all about playing the long game. And thinking this way, it gives you this massive strategic advantage. You start to anticipate future obstacles before they even appear. The decisions you make are more sustainable, not just what's easy in the moment. You're actively avoiding those short-term fixes that, always come back to bite you later. And most importantly, you make sure everything you're doing today is actually aligned with your bigger long-term goals. Okay, now for our final habit. And honestly, this one might be the most counterintuitive of them all, the power of self-doubt. Now, hang on. This isn't about having low self-esteem or being down on yourself. No, this is about something way more sophisticated. It's about metacognition, which is really just a fancy way of saying you're able to think about your own thinking. Think about it. The smartest, most successful people out there aren't afraid to say, you know what? I might be wrong about this. That's not a sign of weakness at all. In fact, it's the absolute starting point for any real growth. Just look at how this powerful cycle works. It starts when you admit that maybe, just maybe, a belief you've held for a long time could be flawed. That little bit of humility is what pushes you to actively seek out opposing viewpoints, not to fight them, but to actually understand them. From there, you can update your own mental model with this new, better information. And what happens? You evolve. You move to a stronger, more accurate position. You've literally just upgraded your brain's operating system. So let's bring this all home, that constant questioning. that long-term strategic vision, that healthy dose of self-doubt. That's not overthinking. That's deep thinking. It's not a bug that needs to be fixed. It's a core feature of your brain's advanced, superpowered operating system. And that really leaves us with one last big question to chew on. I want you to really think about the way your own mind works. Which of those habits, the ones you might have once called weird or a flaw, can you now look at and say, wait a minute, that's actually my greatest superpower?